Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and welcome to the final preseason preview. It's preseason week 4 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, there's a couple of things I want to touch on before I, start the rest of this video off. First things first, Teddy Bridgewater has been traded to the New Orleans Saints, so, okay, that happened. The trade was Teddy Bridgewater, and a 6th round pick was given to the New Orleans Saints, and the New Orleans Saints gave back a 3rd round pick. A couple of quick thoughts on this, and I said a lot of this on Twitter, so if you want to go follow my Twitter, that is down in the description below. But quick thoughts here. Good trade for the Jets because they essentially, good trade sort of for the Jets because they essentially got a 3rd round draft pick for $6 million and a 6th round draft pick. Shout out to them. But I feel like they could have waited longer. There was nothing stopping them from making this trade at any time. They could have made it the week of the trade deadline. So I think they took a little bit too long. For the New Orleans Saints, this could be a really good trade if Drew Brees does retire at the end of this year and they re-sign Teddy Bridgewater to a long-term contract. Or it could be a really stupid decision because if Brees doesn't retire and you decide to re-sign Bridgewater, then you're paying 2 quarterbacks franchise quarterback levels of money. But if he, also they'll be in salary cap hell and whatnot. But, if it all depends, if Brees doesn't retire, they're screwed. Any way you look at it, it's just stupid. So they're really banking on Brees retiring, which, that is what it is. Riley Bullough's injured. He's been in a walking boot the past couple of days. That pretty much writes him off, in my opinion, for the 53-man roster. He'll probably have an injury settlement or whatnot. He'll come back on the Bucs practice squad later. That's my prediction. And then Dirk Cutter says that the roster is pretty much 98% set. So take that for what it is. That I'm sure will definitely have a... all right, sure. Anyway, moving on to this preview tonight, this is it. This is the last preseason game. Thank God everybody's, I said this is the last one, and now it's even more true. Everybody's ready for week 1, especially considering how none of the starters are pretty much playing in this game. It's all backups, so we're going to be seeing a lot of Ryan Griffin, a lot of Austin Allen. Hopefully Ronald Jones gets some stuff. I don't know if he will, but Ronald Jones, probably Sean Wilson and Dare Ogunbowale, and all your usual suspects that I've been naming for the past month to 2 months in these videos. But let's get started. So, at the quarterback position, Ryan Griffin and Austin Allen are going to be playing the majority of this game, if not, they're going to be playing all of this game. Ryan Griffin and Austin Allen are. For Ryan Griffin, hey, whatever, I always love seeing Ryan Griffin play, so that should actually be a lot of fun to see. And then for Austin Allen, I want to see more of Austin Allen, okay? I haven't seen him this whole preseason. I want to see more of him. I will be so sad if we don't see a lot of Austin Allen, because every time I think, like, okay, here comes Austin Allen, we don't see him, and it sucks, and I really want to see him. So hopefully he'll come in and he'll play a lot better than he did at the end of last game, because he did not do himself any favors whatsoever for anything. So I hope he plays better in this game. At the running back position, Sean Wilson and Dare Ogunbowale, I assume, will be carrying the load for this team, which should be really interesting because, again, the roster is 98% set, but we don't know what that other 2% is. Maybe it's this backup running back competition between Dare and Sean Wilson. So these two are going to be getting a lot of carries, and it's definitely going to be something to look out for. I honestly couldn't tell you who has the edge at this point because both guys have had some good and had some bad. Hopefully we see a little bit of Ronald Jones sprinkled in there just to get some momentum going for him, because I believe right now he has 18 carries on 18 attempts, or 18 yards on 18 carries. Not good. So that's something I want to see. Wide receiver position, Freddie Martino, Bobo Wilson, a couple other guys. I hope we see Dante Dye. I love Dante Dye, so I want him to get some plays in this game as well. Anthony Alclair is probably going to get a lot of playing time along with Alan Cross. Backup offensive line, guys like, how should I put this? Mike Lidkey, Adam Geddes. I love Adam Geddes. I want Adam Geddes to make this team. Okay, I do. He freaking retweeted one of my retweets. He's the best. Adam Geddes, Evan Smith, Alex Kappa should be getting a lot of playing time in this game. Brad Seaton, you know, your usual guys. I'm curious to see how this backup offensive line shakes up, because Greg Auman said, you know, Greg Auman expects the Bucs to sign a veteran offensive lineman on the waiver wire after all the final cuts are made and whatnot. I'm sure I'll either do a live stream or a video about that when it happens. But I'm also kind of interested because, you know, a lot of people have been concerned with our backup offensive line, especially lately. So, you know, hopefully they finally fulfill my want, which was to get more experienced backup offensive linemen, because they're just better. You know, they're just better. They already have the experience, so they know what to do. So it's great. Anyway, defensive line should be a little bit more interesting. I'm curious, and I want you guys to actually answer this for me down in the comment section below. How much Noah Spence do you think we're going to see in this game? Do you think we're going to see a lot? Do you think we're going to see a little? Let me know, because it's a pretty genuine question. A guy coming into this preseason and training camp and whatnot, who was touted to be, you know, a lot of people were saying he was going to be our 10-sack guy, and he had this great potential, and he was going to be the guy to take control of this pass rushing rotation and whatnot. Now people are kind of souring on him, and it's gone from slowly souring on him to majorly souring on him for the most part. There's two thoughts, where the group who says like Noah Spence will be fine, and the group who says like he should be cut. That's two, you know, the cut one, I think that's a little bit extreme. I think I tend to side on a little bit more of he'll be fine, but I do want to see how much he plays in this game. And Will Clark, I'm sure he'll get a lot of playing time as well as some of the backups, Evan Parisio and a handful of other guys. Devontae Lambert should get a lot of playing time, as well as Jarrell Worthy. So these are just kind of some interesting rotational guys. See what happens with them. Maybe one of them surprises us and, you know, does enough to make this roster again. 98%, that's still 2% that we don't know of. Well, we actually don't know the 98% that's already set, but you know what I mean. So that should be pretty interesting to see. Linebackers, with Riley Bullough out, I think Devontae Bond is injured as well. Guys like Jack Sitchie, Nigel Harris. Jack Sitchie and Nigel Harris, those are kind of the two main ones. Because Darius Taylor, he's going to make this roster to go along with, you know, to go along with Quan Alexander, Levante David, Kendall Beckwith. That's 4 linebackers. Let's say they carry 5. You can only really pick 2 more linebackers. So, or 1 more linebacker. Sorry, I suck at math. So Jack Sitchie, you know, he might look to take advantage here in this game. You also have Cameron Lynch, who's an option, as well as guys like, you know, the other 2 options being Devontae Bond and Riley Bullough. They're out now. They're injured. So I want to see what happens with Jack Sitchie and Cameron Lynch moving forward in this game. I don't know what's going to happen at the cornerback position, because, you know, like we said, there's going to be a lot of reserved guys, you know, a lot of backups, you know, not fun. But I'm curious to see who gets the most playing time at cornerback, because we signed a couple of guys, Devontae Harris, Javian Elliott's always been there so far. But you also have, you know, Ryan Smith. But you also have Carlton Davis and MJ Stewart. I'm curious to see if those 2 guys get a lot of playing time. I don't think it's either... I don't know if they're going to be getting a lot of playing time, because maybe they're being held out for precautionary reasons for injury, or maybe they're just trying to reserve them to make sure that they're like fully ready to go for the regular season. I will be curious to see who, you know, who gets the most playing time in the secondary. I expect to see a lot of Jordan Whitehead. Yeah, probably a lot of Isaiah Johnson. Shout out to Isaiah Johnson. He's been like low-key pretty good for this team so far. He might make this roster, and I know it's like, James, what are you talking about? But like he might. I don't know, but he's pretty good, guys, okay? Just saying. So that's something worth watching, especially considering how all the questions Bucs fans have had so far for the safety position, like, should we sign a safety? And it's like, well, yeah, at this point, you know, I don't know if Mike Smith would know what to do with a free agent safety, but, you know, yeah, a lot of people ain't liking Conti so far. And it's funny, even Dirk Cutter came out and said, like, he's not as bad as you guys think, but I know a lot of Bucs fans don't want to hear that, because they're like, sucks, Chris Conti sucks, and I wonder if he'll get playing time. He probably won't. Him and Justin Evans probably won't, but we'll probably see a lot of Keith Tandy, Jordan Whitehead, Isaiah Johnson, maybe Josh Robinson. I don't know. Could be an option. Who knows? But yeah, guys, that's, you know, Chandler Catanzaro. Let's hope he makes all of his kicks again, because, You know, I love consistency. So let's keep it going, man. Week to week, let's go. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. A lot of backups. You know, 98% of the roster is pretty much set. So I don't know what to tell you. Kind of a throwaway game, if you want to call it that. It should be an interesting time, I suppose. I don't know. I'll try and watch the game regardless. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Are you excited? Are you just like, Jesus, let's just get to the regular season already? Let me know all that down in the comment section below. I'd love to talk with you guys about it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, I guess I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, see ya and go Bucs.